Meanwhile, aid groups say President Trump and Elon Musk's efforts to dismantle USAID have devastated their operations. They're suing to halt the executive order, saying businesses are shuttering and food is rotting while the administration sifts through its foreign aid priorities. Democratic Congresswoman Julie Johnson of Texas joins me now for more on that. Congresswoman, thank you for coming on. I know this morning you're part of a hearing with the House Foreign Affairs Committee that Republicans have titled USAID Betrayal. But you've come out against dismantling USAID, and you say Texas is already seeing an impact. What do you mean by that, and what's at stake here?
Well, the USAID program is really fundamental to our nation's safety. What we do is we provide stabilization relief in a variety of areas throughout the world, with healthcare issues, preventing malaria and other chronic diseases from spreading, for promoting clean water and good growing food practices, and educating women and girls, and all other enormous opportunities that really stabilize regions throughout the world. And what this does is it keeps our troops safe, it keeps our diplomatics safe, our Corps safe, it protects our national interests. And so this unilateral dismantling of USAID, a program that Congress approved, in fact, a program that many of the Republicans in this building voted for without the Congress participation, is unconstitutional in my opinion.
Now, voters elected President Trump in part because he promised to cut spending and put America first. Supporters are saying, listen, this is exactly what the American people voted for. What's your response to that?
Well, I'm all for cutting spending. I'm all for reviewing it, but the process matters, and we have to do it through the appropriate channels. Article 1 is the Congress. We're the first group in the Constitution, Article 1, and that gives Congress the power of the purse, the power to make these decisions, to create these agencies. It's up to the president to enact the laws, but it's up to Congress to make the laws. And Congress has approved this agency, has approved funding. I am all for and here all day for a comprehensive review of a program by program analysis of, are the programs working? Should the United States government continue them? Are they beneficial? Have they run their course? Whatever the course may be. But that is a congressional issue. The reality of it is Republicans have consistently failed to bring responsible appropriations bills to the Congress. They can't govern, they can't lead, they can't pass these budgets. So unfortunately, the executive branch is having to whole-scale engage in a constitutional assault on the Congress in order to get this done.
Congresswoman, the Trump administration is also alleging that USAID was corrupt, and what they found was it was squandering a lot of this money. What's your response to that?
Well, I think that's what an investigation does. Right now, we don't have proof of that. If aid is being squandered, then let's close down a particular program. But you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's some really important programs in the USAID program. Like I said, preventing malaria, preventing the spread of HIV and AIDS, educating women and girls throughout the country, providing farming practices so that countries can grow their own food and be self-reliant. There's some really great programs in this budget. But again, the executive branch does not have the constitutional authority to completely ignore the appropriations and governance required passed by the United States Congress. And I think that's really the issue here. It is Congress's role to review, evaluate, and appropriate, not the executive branch.
I also want to ask you about immigration because you represent a border state. Deportations are ramping up even as border crossings are down. So what kind of an impact are you seeing in your district?
Well, I think workforce is hampering. There's been businesses that had workers show up and now they're not showing up. There's a lot of slowdown in our economy because of this. Yes, we need border security. Yes, we need to create pathways, though, for workers to be here legally so that businesses can thrive. Many businesses, line cooks, construction jobs have slowed down. It's going to have an impact on our economy because we just are wholesale slicing it. Again, process matters. We need to create legal pathways. We need to create opportunities for these workers to be in this country and work legally so that our businesses and our economies can thrive. And we're not doing that right now.
So what should that process look like, and why wasn't that done during the Biden administration?
Well, it should have been done during the Biden administration. It should have been done during the Trump administration. It should have been done during many administrations. We've had a kick-the-can approach to our immigration from Republican to Democrat for decades, and it's something that the Congress needs to undertake and overhaul. Unfortunately, previous Congresses, and why didn't it happen last Republican Congress? The Republicans have been in majority. They could have passed it. They could have done comprehensive immigration reform. They have completely failed to do that, and that is what our country is needed to do, and I'm hopeful that we can address it in this Congress. I'll be at the table ready to do it.
And Congresswoman, I'm out of time, but quickly, do you see Republicans and Democrats being able to work together on this issue?
On immigration, I'm hopeful. I'm a Democrat. I'm here ready to work with Republicans on this issue. Our country needs comprehensive immigration reform. We need safe borders, absolutely. But we also need a vibrant workforce. We have a lot of issues and a lot of businesses in this country that need immigrant labor, that need workforce, that don't have workers, and we really do need to solve both sides of the puzzle.
All right, Democratic Congresswoman Julie Johnson of Texas. We appreciate your time today, Congresswoman. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.